Hello and welcome back to Humans in 5.
No matter if you're a huge sports fan or only see what makes national headlines, you can't deny the dedication, physical and emotional work that goes into being a professional athlete. These days, athletes are also competing in a world intersecting with science, medicine, lots of money, and, more recently, the very core differences between gender and biological sex.
South African middle distance runner and 2016 Olympic gold medalist Caster Semenya has been in newspapers around the world recently due to her challenging a rule set by the International Association of Athletics Federations, or IAAF. To best explain this ruling, we need to go back a few years in Semenya's career.
In 2009, Semenya won gold in the 800-meter race and smashed previous race times at the World Championships. This victory and the perceptions of her appearance prompted critics to question her biological sex, suggesting that she might have features that were giving her an unfair advantage, specifically a higher level of testosterone than would be expected for a biologically female person. The IAAF demanded that Caster undergo tests to confirm this.
Her test results were never shared with the public, but she was given clearance to continue competing in women's races. Plenty of news articles were published on this, noting that Semenya, being South African, was playing a role in this decision, calling the IAAF's demand for testing an example that European nations did not want South African athletes to succeed.
In 2015, the IAAF suspended their ruling on hyperandrogenism, or unusually high levels of testosterone, due to a court case, with the court ruling that there was no evidence that high levels of testosterone increase female athletic performance. This didn't stop sports commentators bringing up the possibility of Semenya's high levels of testosterone being an issue during her competitions.
Last year, the IAAF changed their regulations again, ruling that female athletes with high testosterone levels would have to take drugs to lower their testosterone levels, with a particular focus on athletes running in 400, 800, and 1500 meter races. Semenya legally challenged this ruling starting in February 2019. In May this year, the court rejected her challenge.
This story hit news outlets in lots of ways. It was a sports story, but also questioned biological versus social definitions of womanhood. The fact that Caster is a South African woman of colour also means that her critiques are likely to be much harsher than if she were a white woman or a white man. For example, American Olympic medalist swimmer Michael Phelps has been praised for the unusually low amount of lactic acid he naturally produces, which allows him to recover faster.
To be clear, testosterone and estrogen are not inherently male or female hormones. All humans have both of these hormones in their body, and they both fulfill many other functions than just differentiating our reproductive organs, including muscle mass and fat tissue growth, as well as cognition. While it may be more common to have particular levels of each in females or males, this very narrow definition of biological sex has no bearing on gender as a social construct.
It's also really important to say that we know comparatively little about how hormones work. For example, a study of 693 elite athletes published in Clinical Endocrinology noted that testosterone levels seemed uncorrelated to athletic performance. They found that 16.5% of competitive male athletes had testosterone levels below the male average, with 2% in the female range. This goes to show that there's quite a bit of hormonal variation across sports and biological sexes.
Also, many girls who compete in high-level sports from a young age will experience a delay in or irregular menstrual cycles. Could this be affecting their hormone cycle too? And how does the use of oral contraceptives impact all of this? We just don't know enough to make blanket statements about hormones. Besides, professional sports are about way more than just physical excellence. It involves a lot of money, training, and a lifetime of commitment alongside many other factors that are independent of hormones.
We'll be watching what Caster's next move is with interest, and we hope today's episode has given you an insight into some of the complexity involved in this case.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!